Mark,
Hey, Paul.
what's going on?
Oh man, looking at this head exploding introduction to this insane Bane.
Insane Bane. Hey, that's got a nice. Yeah, which one? The mobster guy or Bane himself?
The both, I guess.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
monster guy, man, that
Yeah.
was wicked.
We got Absolute Batman number 9, a new story arc. They tell you right on the cover nowadays. They tell you the new story begins here. We're going to talk about it right after this. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to leave us a comment and hit the notification bell so you're alerted whenever we upload new content. We are now 9 issues into the Absolute Universe with Absolute Batman number 9.
It's going fast.
It is. It really is. And this one, we got a new look at an absolute version of a main character in the regular universe. This time it is Absolute Bane.
Yeah, what an introduction too. Wow.
Yeah, we basically we're first shown these peace negotiations that are going on apparently between two warring countries. They have decided to, for lack of a better term, bury the hatchet, and they're going to actually work together to forge some peace. And that's not going to work for Bane.
No,
and the
because right as they're shaking hands and wandering off, in walks this gigantic man, and it's none other than Bane, who gives him an ultimatum. Basically, one of y'all can die and the other one can declare war on the dead guy's country. Who's it going to be? And one immediately says, "We will not bend to your will," and the other guy says, "I'll do it." Yeah. And Bane immediately grabs dude's head and squishes it like a cantaloupe, eye popping out and everything. Exactly. It was wicked.
It was. It really was.
And that's our first introduction of this.
Exactly. And Bane is a big guy as he is here. He's huge, like he is in the regular universe.
Yeah, he looks like he's already juiced up, like veins popping out. He's like 3 feet taller than everyone else and 4 times as wide. He already looks fully juiced up.
Mm-hmm. We then go and as he's talking to the person that he did not kill, he basically gets a phone call and he says, "Okay, I'll be to Gotham City, ASAP."
Cut to Gotham, and we're catching up with none other than Batman as he's on a quest to find his missing friend Waylon, who went missing. He got picked up by the I don't know, the Coats. We're not sure who all they are, but he got scooped up. So Batman's out just smashing faces and breaking bones, looking for answers, trying to find Waylon, aka Croc. And it's kind of cool how they introduce it, because like he's moving faster than the city's resources can keep up with his damage. And along the way, you're seeing like the ambulances are overran, the hospitals don't have any beds. At one point, even a young man had to pedal someone to the hospital on like a, what's it called, a rickshaw.
Yeah.
And it zooms in on his name tag, and it's none other than Dick Grayson. So we get our first look at Dick Grayson on a rickshaw taking someone to the hospital. So Absolute Dick Grayson there is actually an EMT. It says it right there on his label.
Yeah, there are a lot of little tiny Easter eggs throughout this issue.
Yeah, there's another one I caught, but it's a bad guy. I don't know if you saw it along the way.
There's well, we'll get to that.
Yeah,
Slade Wilson. Yeah. So we see that. We then cut to
Barbara.
Commissioner Gordon's daughter, who is surprised.
She's getting rope-a-doped into the fight. She's there just in the office, like making some snacks, and she hears a Batman's voice, and she turns the corner, and there's his cowl just sitting on there with it radioing his voice out of the cowl and stuff.
Yep. We then cut to another shot of Batman working with talking to the Gotham City police, who wants to know where Waylon ended up and who took him. And the police officer says, "Well, apparently we took him," meaning the police. And they want to know, where they took him. And we find out on the next page, as Batman or Bruce is with all of his friends, Edward and Oswald and everybody, exactly, that they took him to Arkham.
And that's when they start devising a plan to go investigate Arkham. Sounds crazy, they say. And Batman says, "Well, you said you wanted in, you wanted to help. This is what it looks like." And their response is, "Oh, I said it sounded crazy. Doesn't mean we shouldn't go save him." I'm like, dude, I like this vibe. I like this dynamic. Like they're calling it what it is, but they're still down to go to Funky Town and go rescue their friend.
Yeah, and so they talk about what these arcs are, and they're these black ops sites. And with the one in Gotham says in the 1800s there was some kind of hospital on the island. When the place burned down in the 80s, J.K. Industries, Joker Industries, another Easter egg, bought the land.
Yeah, they started developing underground. So I thought that was cool that Arkham isn't just this one institution, but it's a series, a worldwide network of these secretive experimental black sites. So yeah, I thought that was super cool. Well, we cut to Gordon and Martha for a minute, just kind of like licking their wounds of losing the election and talking about, well, Martha, what are you going to do next? I got your back, whatever it is, since you had my back in the election. So we checked in with them for a second before we hit a little flashback, which I like how they always fade the color palettes for the flashback. So we actually know without it having to say then and now. They're assuming that we're not stupid at this point, and I appreciate that.
Right, because they get a lot of mileage out of then and now.
They do.
So the flashback is to Bruce and Selina, who are having an intimate moment on a bed. Apparently, they like to make love in money.
Yeah, they don't really address that, which was weird. It's not sanitary.
They can make money angels or something.
Yeah. Bruce and Selina, we see that they had a romantic relationship, and Waylon comes knocking on the door, ultimately just to invite Bruce to be in his corner because he got a big fight card coming up. He got put on the card, and he was very proud of himself and wanted nobody other than his best bud to be there in his corner, not his trainer, not his cut man. They wanted Bruce there. So it was just a nice little moment just to show why they're so intent and why he's going so hard at finding Waylon. Right. And it just kind of diving into that dynamic of the relationship.
Double Easter egg. Waylon is going to fight Bibbo Birbowski,
who died earlier in the series.
Exactly. And he thought he was going to fight TG, Ted Grant.
Ted Grant, yeah, Wildcat.
Yeah, exactly. So two quick Easter eggs there, but then we lose the backlighting.
And we're back to now.
We're back to now without even saying it. We're back to now.
Yeah, back to now where Batman is suiting up with some flippers and underwater scuba gear because he's about to go infiltrate Arc M. And the only way to get in here is through some very difficult means. So they're going underwater through some caverns, through some caves. He's got Alfred on the comms for a limited time. He was looking at the blueprint, the structure. They've mapped this out. And Batman feels like he's found his way to the pipe that he needs to get into. And because they went under and they're climbing up. And when he finds these pipes, he stops. He starts cutting his way in. And Alfred's in his ear saying, dude, you haven't gone nearly high enough. You're nowhere near the foundations of what these blueprints show, ultimately proving that this place is deeper than they thought, deeper than anyone knew. They have no clue what they're walking into, and they're so deep into these caverns and these caves now that he loses comms. He goes in, and he pretty much finds like something the size of like a small underground city, what it looks like when it opens up to it. It's vast, it's huge, and now he's on his own in here.
Right. We get some internal dialogue with Alfred talking to himself about some of the things, and we see another Easter egg. We see some photos that show Slade, Deathstroke, and the Joker together, and apparently Alfred is an acquaintance of Slade, or at least knows of him anyway.
Yeah, I feel like they got a little bit of bad blood.
Yeah.
Alfred kind of insinuates that he's dealt with possibly some form of this shadow organization before and it didn't go right. He knows how bad the odds are stacked against them for reasons such as Joker and Slade, who are a part of this some way. So he always feels like at this point, losing comms with Bruce, that he's really sent him into his death and he's starting to get cold feet, but too late for that because he's in here now. Mm-hmm. He's walking around. He's seeing these weird things all around, the skeleton of this giant bat creature. He's wondering where he is and what's going on when he hears somebody say, hello.
Right. So do you think the skeleton is Man-Bat, or do you think
Langstrom?
It's Barbados? Because he talks about a god.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a clue. Obviously, my first thought goes to Man-Bat, but who knows? Who knows? It could just be an experiment that they had that didn't pan out, and they kept like some kind of souvenir evidence, research. Who knows? Yeah. Knowing what they've done, knowing what potentially we can assume they're going to do with Waylon because of who he is, and seeing what they've done already to Bane, This could be just another one of their mini experiments.
Yeah, so Bane finds Batman and is basically just toying with him. He's like, "Go on, you can come at me, go ahead," and it's like, "You can advance now." And so,
What killed me is when Batman squares up and just go on, it's okay. Like
Yeah.
he's like not just giving him the first shot. He's like, dude, it's fine. Attack me. You're
Yeah.
good. Dude, swing again. Oh, wait. Use some of your weapons. Oh, good. Now, what else you got? Do that too. I'm like, this is insane.
Yeah, exactly. He basically tells him exactly every maneuver that he's doing, that he's learned or whatever.
And he's crippling him as he goes. Every attack that Bruce throws, Bane not only calls it out, belittles him politely, he also like numbs his arm, kills his leg. Like he's slowly incapacitating him peacefully but violently.
Yeah. And Batman is like that guy from the Monty Python and the Holy
Monty
Grail.
Python. He really is. He's sitting there with his knees buckled, his arms went down by his side. Is that all you got? Come on. I need one leg to kick your butt. You juiced up? He's like, juiced up, my friend. I haven't even used this stuff yet, which is crazy because we're looking at the Bane that you see on the cover of these books. He said, I haven't even used this stuff. But if you want to see what it does, then at that point you see the juice flowing, you see blood in the veins, you see the muscles start stretching, it starts getting monstrous, just misshaping him. And then you get the final page where like this dude is like bigger than Solomon Grundy here. Like he's extra large. It's freaking gross. His muscles have taken over the veins or the tubing where it's like grabbed and grown around the tubing, so it's like in and out of his flesh and stuff. It's wicked cool. Call me Bane. Welcome to your new home now. Let's get you prepped for surgery. Ooh.
What a way to end. Yeah.
Solid.
New storyline, but man, he's coming. Scott Snyder's coming
and this
hot
is,
and heavy.
That's how you do an issue 1. I know it's issue 9, but it's the first part of somebody will buy Absolute Batman Volume 2 in a trade paperback form. It'll be their first time reading any Absolute Batman, and this will be their introduction to it. What a kickoff.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Total adrenaline high. It's like, like, absolutely. Could not have started off the new storyline in a better way. And we'll see where we go from here. But I expect the entire will be absolute AF. So, but
looking forward to it.
Exactly, but that's going to be it. Kind of a quick one this time, just the one issue. But we will be back next week. Oh, we may not be back next week, right? Because you got next week is Heroes Con, right?
You'll be here.
I'll be here.
Maybe, because I don't know what Brother John is doing either, though. So I don't know. We'll figure that out as we go.
We'll see where we go. But that's going to be it.
I was thinking of Sunday. Yeah, I don't even know if we'll be there Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh, schedule is to be determined at this point.
There you go. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, hit the notification bell, all those good things. We appreciate any time that you take to take a look at what we do here, and let us know how we're doing. But that's going to be it as of this edition of DC Comics Deep Dive. I am Paul. He is Mark.
We are Legion.
And you're now leaving Sector 2815.